What up, y'all? Peace and blessings. It's your girl Sugar Slim. What a quick video. But I'm sitting in the car, waiting on my son. He's at AAU tryouts right now, and I'm sitting here scrolling through social media, and I'm just coming across a lot of debates about what's going on in Texas, specifically Texas, but the southern states overall, meaning Texas, Arkansas, Texarkana, Louisiana, certain parts of, well, northern Mississippi, so on and so forth. I don't think it affected Florida like that. I haven't heard anything about Florida, but y'all get where I'm going with this. So I'm coming across a lot of posts and, debates and whatnot. Basically, people, blaming the government, asking why the government is doing this, that, and the third. Well, why the government is not doing anything, or trying to figure out why Texas state officials aren't doing anything, or why did they cut the people power off, this, that, and the third. Now, disclaimer, I'm not an expert at what goes on and the laws and all this or whatever, but me being down here for 8 years and kind of seeing how things go on and how quickly certain state officials handle things, I can sort of kind of weigh in on this. So that's what this video is about. I'm just sitting here like, everyone has an opinion about it, specifically the people that don't live down here, wondering why the government didn't do this, or why the president is not doing what. You guys fail to realize it. Well, not you guys, but whoever is wondering, what you guys fail to realize is we live in natural disaster states. Us southern people that live down here, we're considered natural disaster states, meaning that we have hurricane seasons. We might get a tornado here and there. We tend to flood a lot due to heavy rains because, well, specifically Louisiana and Mississippi, Florida, we're considered like tropical states. So we get a lot of rain. Okay, so you guys have to realize, when certain things happen, it's up to the state officials to have a plan in place. And if they do not have a plan in said place, or are not equipped to handle the situation, then and only then is where they send out a SOS letter to the government, right? I mean, to the president. They'll send an SOS to the president, right? And then he'll get involved. But my thing is, I seen a post that was asking like, oh, why Joe Biden not doing this and the third. Well, states are allowed it so much money every year, right? And then you guys have to realize, we're in the middle of a pandemic, so money is being funneled and shuffled where it needs to go. People are applying for these SBA loans and PPP loans and whatever type of loans that they're giving out right now, grants this and the third, that's coming from the state. These stimulus packets, that's, what I'm saying, like. And then on top of that, did y'all just forget that we was just praying for Texas like a few months ago? Yeah, y'all forgot about that. So you have to realize, like, they got hit bad by Hurricane, what was there, Delta, Zeta, what? I don't know. We have so many hurricanes down here, I can't keep up with them tramps' names, okay? But you have to realize, that only happened a few months ago. And you could literally drive from where I live, outside of Baton Rouge, where I live off the 10, all the way through up until a certain point in Texas where those little towns and cities got wiped out by the hurricanes. Like literally, casinos were wiped out, boats was washed ashore. Even in Mississippi, certain parts of Mississippi, like Gulfport and stuff like that, like they're still moving boats from like you could drive up the coast of Mississippi right now and we'll see a boat in McDonald's driveway, like not hitched, not parked correctly, just off to the cut, like a few boats. You get what I'm saying? So like we're still repairing from the hurricanes. So it just so happened that Texas, I think out of everybody, got hit. Well, Texas and Mississippi got hit the hardest with those hurricanes, which is crazy because Louisiana sits in the middle of those. So fast forward, I said all that to say this. Everybody has an opinion on why their power was turned off, this, that, and the third. You have to think about it. Maybe one of those power plants got taken out during a hurricane. Did y'all ever think about that? People be so quick to question and judge and speculate and just want to have something to talk about. Like, chill, read, do something, do your research. Like, stop jumping in on a bandwagon because you see everybody else posting. You either pray for Texas or move on. Like, it's unnecessary. Like, people debating on if it was preventable, or people controlling the weather, this, that, and the third. Like, even if that's true, you know what I'm saying? Like, what I've learned in my 8 years being down here is it's better to be over prepared than not to be prepared. I didn't know nothing about no dang generators before I moved down here. A generator? I'm a city girl. I come from the city. I don't know nothing about nobody's generator, but guess what? I know how to use one now. You get what I'm saying? I know we better keep it gassed up in times like this. I'm not used to cold weather like we're having, but I learned to adapt. Praise God that I have the man that I have in my life to, make sure we stay on top of the stuff we have. Now, sometimes we get hit by some of the things, and sometimes it'll skip over us. You just have to do your research when you're picking your home, because we don't live in a flood zone. And I learned another thing about picking property down south. You have to do your due diligence on research all the way around down here before you purchase anything. You have to see if you're in a flood zone. You got to see if it's mandatory for you to even get flood insurance, because if they're heavy on the flood insurance, that means you're in a flood zone. You know what I'm saying? And then you might not want to live there, because I don't have time to be replacing furniture and rebuilding my house every 3 years. That's out. You get what I'm saying? But sometimes it happens. But that's the chance you take living in these southern states, you know what I'm saying, to be more comfortable, as opposed to living in bigger cities and scratching to survive. Now during this little hard freeze that we're having, this crazy winter that we having, only thing that happened to us was our pipes burst. Now I think we kind of boarded up the bottom of our house probably like 2 years ago. Now, it was cold 2 years ago, but this cold right here, this was a different type of cold. This was I just knew I was about to see Elsa and her sister from Frozen in my front yard. Like, I just really knew I was about to see them ice skating. You get what I'm saying? Like, we didn't specifically get snow on my end, but it rained. It's been raining off and on, so the puddles and little rivers that we had in our yard was frozen, like solid. You get what I'm saying? So, now the thing down here is you have to let your water run in the middle of the night to kind of keep the water circulating in the pipes or whatever. I think we did that for the most part, but it was just so cold to where it really didn't matter, to where only the cold water was running, and somehow we lost hot water, just to come find out that we had a ice blockage in one of the pipes, and then it burst through. So we was out of water for 3 days, I think 3 days and a half, and then my husband and his friend fixed it. Praise God. You know what I'm saying? And then I was thinking about it in those days of me being, unable to take a hot shower or a bath, you know, I had to go into survival mode. You know what I'm saying? Boil some water. You know, like, there's ways to get around things. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm a city slicker, so I had to. And even my husband, he's from the country. My husband didn't even think about that, but I was just like, you know, I'm a female, so it's not. If I got a stove, you know what I'm saying? Even if I had to go outside to build a fire, we was gonna do that. So my kids can wash their face, you know what I'm saying? Put on some clothes so they can stay warm, because you never know. You never know. You just have to be prepared. You got to go with the flow down here. You know what I'm saying? You never know what's going to happen. So I said all that to say, just be prepared. You know what I'm saying? Now, although Texas did get hit harder, and it was certain things, especially like, now my heart goes out to those apartment complexes, because now that they couldn't help, because those water pipes burst throughout the whole apartment complex, and I think it bust from outside with the water sprinkler systems or something like that, and so it just erupted through the whole, like, most of their apartment complexes. Now the people in the houses, I feel like they could have, you know, they could have did a bit more as far as like generators and stuff like that, but I'm not knocking nobody. We just have to learn from this experience and move on. You know, it's just weird that everybody has so much to say about it when y'all not down here. I'm just, it behooves me. Like, people just talking just to talk. Like, what for? Like, that's crazy. Just be grateful and thankful that you're not down here. Send us your prayers and move along. You get what I'm saying? Like, I had to call and check on my granny because she's staying in an apartment complex, and I'm like, you know, y'all all right? Y'all still have heat? You know what I'm saying? I think, what'd she say? She just said like their power kept flickering off and on or whatever, but for the most part, she's well equipped, because even when we don't have, well, if it rains too hard, their lights go off over there. So, you know, I got to make sure my granny have her supplies, and, you know, anytime I'm down there, I be like, Granny, you need some more lamps? We try to get her lamps that can operate on their own, or battery operated or stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put no candles in her house because she's older. Ain't nobody got time for, no, she don't have time to be lighting no candles in a blackout. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, you just have to be prepared. You just have to be prepared for things. You know what I'm saying? I don't put my trust in the government. Now, that I don't do. Now, I read somewhere else that people talking about, well, oh no, I think it was the mayor of Texas, and he went in on his, I think it was on Instagram. No, it was on Twitter, because most of the people do they talking trash on Twitter. And he went in on the citizens of Texas. He was like, you know, you guys shouldn't depend on the government. Now, he was wrong for that. Even if you felt that personally, you should have kept that to yourself. It wasn't your place to say that. And then, of course, you know how I go. 2 days later, I think he put in a resignation letter. I think who is it? Ted Cruz or something like that. Let me not lie on these people. I think he was in Mexico. He said he had to go. He went to Mexico where it was warm. You had him messed up, and people are bashing him about that. Like, he got on. It wouldn't have been nothing that he could have did. You know what I'm saying? So he got his family. He got on. He had the money to do it. So y'all mad at that man because he done got on. You know what I'm saying? And now he got to come back to. I'm sure his house is jacked up too. But what you want him to do? What you want him to do? Let me not lie. I don't want to say it's Ted Cruz. I'm looking it up. Yeah, it's Ted Cruz. It's Ted Cruz. But my thing is, what you want him to do? What do you want him to do? Like, I don't get it. I mean, he shouldn't have said nothing either, but, you know, he said, let me go get to a warm place. Because guess what? If I had the money, or if I had, like, a private jet to get on, baby, I would have, deuces, I would have scooped up my people in the southern states. You are the people that I mess with. Let me not say that. I would have got the people that I'm close to down here, and we would have been gone. We would have been out of here. So I don't blame him. It's just, you know, people, criticism everywhere. Like, that's where y'all want to put y'all energy. I don't know. I'm sitting here at Southern College waiting on my child, and I'm just sitting here reading this stuff, and I'm just like, this is beyond me. Like, it's beyond me. I'm really starting to get over social media. Like, people just spew their views, and I get that. Everybody wants something to say, but it's like there's a time and place for everything. Like, if you're not down here experiencing it, don't sit there and write no whole Easter speech, no college paper, no synopsis, no theory, no thesis. No, we don't want to hear none of that. If you're not down here on ground zero with us, keep it to yourself, period. Like, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, send your prayers to Texas and the southern states overall, you know, and keep it moving. Like, that's it. People irritate me. This is why I don't have no friends, because people just really go on tangents about unnecessary things in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you either help. Can you send some power down here? Can you? Can you? Oh, okay. I didn't think so. You just want to write on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter about what the government ain't doing, but you forgot that they just suffered a major loss prior to this. So you don't know if them power plants, how you know they wasn't just operating on one power plant? So how that's supposed, you know what I'm saying? Thank goodness that they was surviving with the power that they been had. But if it's cold, these are record-breaking numbers. Like, dude, they were like in what, 13, 12, 11, on some nights 8 degrees. This ain't Alaska. They not used to that. You get what I'm saying? So now they know they have to be better equipped next time. You know what I'm saying? They haven't seen numbers like this in like 30 years. So how was they supposed to know? You get what I'm saying? But again, yes, they should have been better prepared, but now they know moving forward. That's all. I just had to get that off my chest, because I really do not. I strongly dislike reading posts and comments of somebody and their 2 cents when you're not here. You don't know what's going on. You really don't. But the saying goes, just like buttholes, everybody has an opinion as well. And maybe I said that wrong, but y'all get the point. But you know, put your comments down below. You know, let's spark a debate. You know what I'm saying? It's Saturday. When I get home, well, I could be doing that now. Yeah, put your comments down below. I want to know how y'all feel and what y'all thoughts are. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in the mood. I got time today. But like, subscribe, share, comment, talk to me. I'll talk back. You feel me? I don't bite unless you want me to. But yeah, I'm really interested in what y'all have to say, or what y'all thoughts are on this situation, because I'm really over it. Like, now it's starting to warm up. It's a bit nippy. We probably, like, what is it, 34 degrees right now? So we're starting to warm up. It's still going to be cold at night, overnight, but for the most part, we're warming back up. We're getting back on track. So, you know, all is well. I think we out the yeah, it's 36 degrees right now. So we're out. I think we passed the worst part of it, you know. But global warming is real. Y'all do y'all part, recycle where you can, you know. That's the least we could do. It's the least we could do. Because right now we too far gone. Our ozone layer is so ate up, it's ridiculous. So, you know, that's all this is from. Mother Earth don't know which way she going. You know what I'm saying? She don't know where it's supposed to get cold at. Where, you know, like, glaciers is melting at a rapid rate. That's if we even have ice glaciers left. Like, you know, what can you do when we constantly building stuff? And, you know, like, what can you do? So do what you can when you can. You know what I'm saying? Don't use plastic bags when you go grocery shopping. Recycle your plastics. You know, just do your part. That's all I'm saying. Just do your part. And on that note, I'm gone. Peace, love, and blessings. Y'all be good. Comment down below, because I want to hear y'all thoughts. Even if you, like, I don't care if you opposed to what I'm saying. At least if you oppose to what I'm saying, make it make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm here. And in the 8 years that I've been in the southern state, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is not going to be handled accordingly. It's not. So that's just like That's just like when Puerto Rico had their problem. Everybody like, oh, Trump didn't do, or whoever was in office at the time, Trump didn't do what he was supposed to. Okay, but they're not used to what happened to them, or something like that didn't happen to Puerto Rico in like decades. So what, you know what I'm saying? Like, people just talk to hear they self-talk, I guess. And maybe I'm just talking to hear myself talk because I'm bored and I'm waiting on my child. But guess what? Talk to me and let me know your opinions. I'll see y'all in another video. This your girl Sugar Slim, and I'm out.